in here. The New York Knickerbockers.
Really good practice. I was impressed with the level of focus and intensity that they try to bring to the table. With the travel day, having yesterday off, and now it's falling not having today. Now that right there, he's saying
coming back from Abu Dhabi or Abu Dhabi, right? The New York Knickerbockers is already getting a full dose of Mike Brown. He don't like the way the team looked when they came back from Abu Dhabi. The practice was sluggish. Everybody looked like crap. And he just went to blast everybody. This is a sloppy practice. I don't like the sloppy practice. I mean, he throwing everybody under the bus in a preseason game, which we already knew was going to happen in the regular season, but damn, over practice. Yeah, but you're dealing with a thin-skinned team like the New York Knicks. Oh, they ain't going to send out a notification, so he might not get it. When they don't send out the notification, this is what happens. Now, let's get some things into perspective so you can understand what's happening here. They still back talking this Giannis stuff about Giannis going over to the Knicks. If Giannis goes to the Knicks, his brother would have to come with him. They just signed his brother for a 1-year deal for $2.9 million. Who is that to appease? They paying Giannis' brother $3 million for 1 season. Why would you do that? The only reason you would do that, and I mean only, and that would be to keep Giannis. So it's once again something I've noticed that nobody else seems to be paying any attention to. See, LeBron, Ramon James, and amongst the other people at the Los Angeles Lakers staff, they normally control all of the media attention when it comes to the preseason. Every year, what the Lakers gonna do? The Lakers gotta do this, the Lakers gotta do that. Lately, there hasn't been anything until this decision. This has been the quietest Lakers year when it comes down to promotion or marketing I have ever seen. Especially during the LeBron era. This has been the quietest Laker year. Besides Bronny's preseason games, where they just been roasting Bronny's 2 preseason games, the team that they promote the most on these networks are the New York Knicks. I'm telling you, they are going to push this team all the way. And the 76ers is not as bad as what y'all think. They've exploited a lot of problems with the Knicks. They are still soft in the interior. Soft as cotton candy. The Pistons will eat off them all day. Now, what everyone else in the sports world should know or pay attention to or be able to see is the fact that this has turned into a gigantic circus. And I mean gigantic. The Knicks are promoted. The top 3 teams that have gotten a lot of press this summer, the Lakers, Clippers, and Knicks. As far as sports media, Associated Press, sports, everything as far as articles, those have been the top three. The Clippers is because of the controversy, of course, that shot them all the way up there as far as headlines, topics, or whatever. The Lakers are up there, but the New York Knicks are dominating. Like every day, New York Knicks content is out. The sports talking world with basketball is the New York Knicks. Period. They are dominating on all levels, on the sports shows, everything. When they talk about basketball, the Knicks. And now, no, they just inserted this Giannis crap all over again. The Giannis thing was earlier before they went into the season. Now they about to start camp. They playing preseason games. And now they're getting closer and closer to the start of the season. They still talking this Giannis to the Knicks. They were doing that in the whole offseason. Now, all season is over, and they still talking about doing deals. The Knicks talking about trading, what's his name, Deontay or whatever. They talking about trading him now. Like they showcased him in Abu Dhabi to get rid of him. That's the new talk. Trust me, the Knicks is all over the board. Now, Jaden Ivey, and I've been watching him and Cade Cunningham and how they've been playing off each other to see how that was going to work. They keep trying to remove Giannis and get him to leave the Bucks and make a story out of it. Where will Giannis go? He wants to contend for a championship, and he wants to make sure he's got a good team or he's leaving. To go where? You go to any team, you're going to be Giannis on Jalen Brunson's team. I want him to go to the Knicks. I want them to believe that that's going to work. Because that's total Knick logic. They're going to put so many players on the team, it's going to stagnate the whole damn team. And I'm going to sit there and laugh my ass off. Because Brunson has basically had to hand the keys over to Giannis and say it's his team. Then who are you willing to trade to give up that'll split your nucleus? Dog, they had basically guys that's not even going to make the 76ers roster punking them. I mean, literally punking them to the basket. I ain't seen nothing like it. I said, man, this team is soft. It's preseason, you know. If that's preseason, I don't even want to see the regular season. If it's looking like that, man. Now, Jalen Brunson has looked pretty good. This is what it happens when you come in the season in shape. When you come off season workouts. I don't see too much difference in the plays except for they're playing at a faster pace. And Brunson is getting out of the game more, so he hasn't really played a real full NBA game minutes yet. So he's only playing limited minutes. So playing at this pace, he's going to have to be in shape because that's what Mike Brown requires. If you're going to run these plays, you got to run them fast. And he's been doing a lot, man. Like in that Abu Dhabi, you know, you ain't going to be able to sit down. They was like, no, we ain't playing just the scrubs. The starters got to get out there and run. The Arabs paid a lot of money. So they want to see the stars play. And why was the Knicks out there? Because they want them to get the exposure so if they stick them in the finals. And now with this magnet ball, shoot, they can just do what the hell they want. Yeah, they saying Giannis is unhappy. He's gonna leave. I'm like, Giannis ain't going nowhere. Giannis is loyal to Milwaukee, and as long as they treat him right and they get players and they willing to make things work, they always keep him in the know. Well, Cade got off. I mean, Ivy did a lot, but I'm still seeing that one-on-one with the Pistons that, I don't really like it when it comes down to playing a half-court game. But Cade was, being Cade Cunningham. It's just that when the games get real, that a lot of that's going to change. KD looked good. He scored 20, but he played against Utah. And Utah is like, that's your step into obscurity. Unless you're a rookie in the league, that's your trip to obscurity. But they saying Mike Brown is doing a little too much. That's too hard to be saying to your team who just came off, was it Abu Dhabi? But I don't know how long that flight is, but it's like, damn, Mike Brown, they just came off a flight. It's the first practice back. They'll pick it up.
Yeah, and it's basically off of reads. We don't have any play sets in yet. We don't have that stuff in yet. Today was one of our sloppy practice, but as the week goes on, we'll get back under ourselves a little bit, their feet underneath us. So, was it a good practice?
He just says one of our sloppiest practices, and he just called it out for it. And just by him being no filter, everybody is doing exactly what's happening here today. They're doing things that a lot of people have never seen before in their life. Well, to play at a high level, and people say, well, what's a high level to you? Because what's a high level to you might not be a high level to somebody else. And I was like, well, Jalen Brunson in the NBA is high level basketball, right? They want people overseas in India to believe the Knicks are champions. Like, this is a great team. And they fed them to a team that don't have Joel Embiid. And you saw what happened. I mean, literally, you saw what happened. You saw boys fits. You see Maxey back, and he's not even 100% still. He was out there playing. And you could see where the Knicks, where they got better at and where they still have issues. Yeah, the Knicks still got issues. No. See, the Knicks' problem is simple. They're in a situation where they have to follow code. They got better at is getting guys who can actually hit shots. They got guys that can shoot. So when they're in the game and they do their drive and kick, it means something this time. You're not kicking it to somebody who who's off and on. You ain't gonna be kicking that ball to Josh Hart to to go 1 for 39. He ain't finna get his Bronny James on. That's because a lot of them don't believe it. The Knicks are coming for that chip. Well, coming for it is one thing. I don't mind anybody coming for a championship. I have a problem with people being given it before the season even starts. And I'm getting a vibe here that I don't like. I'm seeing a whole lot of Knicks love. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you talking about guys who don't understand the process. You got to talk about people that understand what it is and what it's predominantly like. But yeah, exactly. It's not like they got real game changers over there. They think Jalen Brunson is the most clutch player in NBA history. It's like a joke. It's a sick joke to me. For real. It is. So when I see it, I look like, really? This the route we taking right now? Okay, I get it. Let's pump the Knicks up. Mitchell Robinson's a star. Yep, let's see it. Then we gonna see how long it lasts before, oh, Mitch is hurt. Mitch is down. And he's out. Oh, it's a shame what happened to Mitchell Robinson. Had such a promising season. Well, the Knicks are looking for backups right now. Until Mitch will be out 3 weeks. Oh, Brunson's down with a knee. Not wishing that on him. The Pistons want a guy that can't do anything for them in the fourth quarter. Why would we want that? Why in the world would they want that? It just don't make any sense. They say, hey, guess what? Let's put a guy in there that can't hit a free throw and would foul everybody in the league. They're going to draw fouls on him.
How in the world could something like this happen?
How in the world could something like this happen?
Don't die on me.
Don't do it.
No matter what it takes, I'll save you.
Save her.
I won't let you die.
Won't let the Knicks die.
I promise I'll save you. Your big brother's got you.
Your big brother's got you. That's how they gonna say it. That's how they gonna word it. That's how they gonna set it all up. To go down in defeat is one thing. To beat yourself is the hardest thing to deal with. Knowing you beat yourself. That is the hardest thing in the world to deal with. You think a loss is something. Try losing, dealing with a loss where you beat yourself. See, the New York Knicks have a lot of those. They had a tribute with Walt Frazier coming out there. You know how old and nasty looking that trophy is that y'all won? They brought that, they had the nerve to bring that back out for the people to see. Oh, it ain't no gold. No, it ain't the gold ball. They should redo the trophy and give him a new one. Because that thing is like an old silver, rusted, old trophy. Oh my God, that thing looked nasty. That's what the NBA championship used to look like. Man, it's bad. It looked worse than Walt Frazier's suit. I didn't know which was worse. So slowly I began to realize that the New York Knicks are just the New York Knicks. They can't do any better. They just can't. Whether by birth or by choice, Knicks will find a way to lose. So all this promotion into the Knicks, I just don't get it. Why are they so eager for this team to be something that it isn't? I don't get it. I don't get it. And now that all the formats are changing, what people believe in is now changing. What this person said over here last week has no inkling or nothing to do with what they said over here. You will be in the league and out the league. Just like that. You're replaceable. Grant Williams. Is he even in the NBA anymore? Remember Grant Williams that used to be with the Celtics? He was up for a lot of money. He thought he would be rewarded for his toughness. The team would see he was tough. They would rally behind him. That wasn't the case. That was not the case 100% for Grant Williams. That's a very good question. I was going to get to that next, but we'll do this after Grant Williams. What happened to Grant Williams? Grant Williams could play. Pat Riley left the Knicks and went to Miami. He was doomed. He was pretty much the traitor. That's what they labeled him in New York. In Miami and the Knicks, it was a war. It was brutal. Yeah, I remember those games. There's a lot of people that don't remember, but I do. Oh yeah, that was the the trader year, and they got the Miami Heat, and they pretty much in '97 took care of the Knicks and got rid of them in the playoffs. And yeah, then '98 they had the rematch. They went and got Larry Johnson, got LJ on the team, and they was like, all right, we got to get somebody for Mourning because we shouldn't be losing to Pat Riley. If anything, you don't lose to Pat Riley. Jeff Van Gundy got stomped on. Yeah, I remember that's the Knicks history. But the bigger question is, after the Miami Heat was eliminated, when Allen Houston hit that shot, it was all over. The Miami Heat was like one of the best teams in the league. The Knicks was like damn near the eighth seed. They were terrible that season. That was a half of a season, and they weren't even the best team that year. Well, Patrick Ewing was slowing them down. Once they got Pat out the way, they were much better with Pat out the game. When he sat out those games because of his knee, that was it. Pat was holding them back. And once they sat Pat down, they was able to get on a run. Yeah, well, they didn't believe in Spree to keep him. Mm-hmm. No. The main problem is mm-hmm. The Knicks own Miami. Ever since that first year, Miami ain't do nothing with them. But they were able to win the championship. And yeah, they were able to win the championship. And yeah, the Knicks still haven't, so they're really trying to push them. But the biggest question is, what happened to OKC? I mean, come on. They marketed they marketed the New York Knicks way more than they're not marketing the OKC Thunder, supposedly the NBA champions, supposedly. And they're in a situation where no one is talking about the OKC Thunder this year going into the season. I mean, there's been no buzz, zero to none. I mean, Dallas got more publicity talk than them. They just gave them the business. They beat them by like 30 or 40. Again, it is preseason. We don't look at that, but I'm just saying, a lot of teams are not really running their sets just yet. We will never ever forgive uh, the time that they cheated the Sacramento Kings out of it. I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not really stuck on that. I'm just saying the league is letting you know they're doing a lot of new shifty things that a lot of people are not going to agree with. No, not really. To try to get everybody on the same page, man, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh, when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, oh, that was beautiful. You had Cupcake, OKC versus the Warriors, and it was like everybody hated the Warriors because Kevin Durant went and joined them. That's a weak move. I'm like, oh, because you know it's over. And the whole season was like watching everything play out. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Smoked them 4-1. It's beautiful. Beautiful thing to see. Then when they end up playing these bums again, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be probably a rout every game. It's done. And of course, LeBron leaves his entire team, checks out on him. Oh yeah. Well, he couldn't keep up with the pace, and this was 10 years ago. That was 2018. So yeah, that was 2018. So the Warriors dynasty, Pistons dynasty. No. Mm. Yeah, pretty much, man. All right, let me get up and go to the strip club, man. I'm tired. Strip club time.